lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I'm Winnie, and today we'll be diving into an essential topic, and this topic concerns you if you're a student, if you're a researcher, or if you're a writer. How to paraphrase and avoid plagiarism. First of all, let me tell you a story. Back in Nigeria, I only had to write exams, and writing exams, I just needed to define terms in the exact words of the author. So I did not need to think about how to change some certain elements or keywords in a definition. I just needed to give back to the author what was given to me in class. So say, for example, my tutor taught me how to define economics. All I needed to do was give him back that exact definition. Okay? But coming to the UK, I had to paraphrase because I suddenly realized that plagiarism is an examination malpractice. It's a serious offense. It's that serious an offense here. So I needed to learn how to paraphrase. And I realized that a lot of students who had to resit exams or not exams, essays, actually committed the offense of plagiarism. It looks like it's a minor offense, right? But it's not minor, it's major offense, okay? So let's get into this video. First of all, I would like to define our terms: paraphrasing and plagiarism. What is paraphrasing? Paraphrasing means expressing the idea of an author in your own words. So whatever you've read from somewhere, you try to understand it and then you represent it in your own words. But please, you have to retain the original idea. So it has to have the same meaning from what you read. Does that make any sense? Now, what is plagiarism? Plagiarism is just the opposite of paraphrasing. It's presenting the idea of another person and passing it off as though it is your own without giving any credit. So you've read something somewhere, you just present it as though you were the original writer without even making reference to where you got that information from. That is plagiarism, and that is an examination malpractice. Here's an example of plagiarism. On the screen, you would see an original author's idea and the plagiarized version. Let's read, and permit me to use my phone. So it says, systematic reviews are the ideal method to rigorously collate, examine, and synthesize a body of literature. They follow a structured research process that requires rigorous methods to ensure that the results are both reliable and meaningful to end users. Now, if you know where I got this from, if you want to know where I got this from, it's from a journal article. What kind of systematic review should I conduct? A proposed typology and guidance for systematic reviewers in the medical and health sciences. All right. Now look at the plagiarized version. Systematic reviews are the best way to rigorously collate, examine, and synthesize a body of literature. They adhere to a structured research process that involves rigorous methods to ensure that results are credible and meaningful to end users. Now, notice that in this plagiarized version, some key words were changed and replaced by their synonyms. Take, for example, the word credible. For example, in the original text, reliable has been replaced with credible. Okay, that's a synonym. Also notice that from the original text, follow, look at that sentence, they follow a structured research process. In the plagiarized version, it says they adhere to a structured research process. But basically, every other thing remains the same, except for some few changes of the keywords that have been replaced by synonyms. But this is still a plagiarized version, guys. Now, using some key action points, let's turn that author's idea into a paraphrased version. Come along with me. Point number one, read the original text to understand the key ideas. Now, you have a lot of reading to do. You need to read that paragraph, whatever text it is, get what the major ideas are. So let's go back to that original text. It says systematic reviews are the ideal method to rigorously collate, examine, and synthesize a body of literature. They follow a structured research process that requires rigorous methods to ensure that the results are both reliable and meaningful to end users. One key word here that we need to take note of is systematic review. So basically, this text is talking about systematic reviews. Let's go to step number two. Write down the key ideas without looking at the original text. Now, going by what the original text says, my key ideas from this original text will be one, systematic reviews, two, rigorous, three, process or methodology, structured, relevant, and then we've got end users. So these are the key ideas I got out of this. It's talking about a rigorous process or methods. It's talking about how the results are going to be meaningful to the end users. It's talking about how it follows a structured process to achieve the end results. So these are the key ideas I've gotten from this text without looking at the original text. The next idea will be write in your own words, making sure to change the sentence structure or use synonyms when necessary. So you've gotten the main ideas without looking at the original text. Now, write in your own words what you got, what you learned from that author's information in your own words. Now, you can change the sentence structure, okay, by replacing with synonyms where necessary. Another point will be compare your writing with the original text to ensure that you have maintained the original idea. This is very important. You don't want to be paraphrasing, and at the end of the day, what you have paraphrased is totally different from what the original author wanted to present, what the original author was trying to pass across. So you don't want to have something conflicting, something different, okay? Another thing you need to do is give credit to the original author through appropriate referencing. So you cannot effectively paraphrase without referencing. Think about that. Here's an example of a paraphrased version. A well-conducted systematic review follows a rigorous methodology and structured protocol to collate relevant data and ensure that the results are accurate and relevant to the end users. You can see that this looks like a summarized version. However, it maintains the keywords, it maintains the original idea of that paragraph. For example, you can see from the paraphrase version that we're making reference to systematic review. You can also see that we're talking about a rigorous method or methodology. We're also talking about a structured protocol. Recall from the original text, it says structured research process. But it's the same, it's a protocol. It follows something structured. And then it talks about collating relevant data. Remember, in the original text, we talked about collating and synthesizing a body of literature. A body of literature can pass off as data. Data is information. So you could also say to collate relevant information. That would also be good. All right. And then finally, we said to ensure the results are accurate, reliable, and then I've said accurate, okay, and relevant to the end users. And look at the referencing, perfectly done. Moon et al. 2018. So you need to also make sure that you're giving credit to the original author, even though you have written in your own words. Let's move on to the next slide, paraphrasing the do's and the don'ts. Just a recap. Do read and understand the original text. present the information in your own idea, and credit appropriately the original author. Don't copy and paste, alter a few words, or forget to reference the source. And that's it for today's tutorial on how to paraphrase and avoid plagiarism. If this video helped you, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Go on, go on, go on. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to share this video. You can drop your questions in the comment section and I would get back to you ASAP. Remember, practice makes perfect. Don't wait until you've gotten that assignment. Start now. Practice. Put these skills to work and see yourself improve and become a pro in paraphrasing. Until our next video, guys, keep winning and enjoying life. And don't forget, I love you. Bye for now.